So this is FirstCoast.tv. We're here with
George Gardner.
Yes, and as many of you know, he was mayor at one time of the city of St. Augustine. The reason we're here is because he has a wonderful publication online called the St. Augustine Report. And so our first question is, Mr. Gardner, or Mayor Gardner, is how long have you been in our community?
Sally and I have lived here for probably 23 or 4 years.
Wow. And when you do the report, the St. Augustine Report, what is your main goal with that publication?
Information. Getting the community involved so that they will be a part rather than observer of community affairs.
Is there any special part? I know you have a historical part. I love it. It's a long anecdote of something that happened in St. Augustine. Of course, you carry zoning things that are happening in the city. In this last report that came out today, there was the news that there will be a memorial held for Dr. Haling, who's a hero in our community. So is there a favorite part that you like to work on that St. Augustine Report?
Probably, I would say the history highlight that you and a lot of other folks have commented on. You know, we have our workaday world and live-a-day lives, and I think it's popular because it's kind of a release and an adventure in the area where these things actually happened. So I got into that when Sally and I first moved here. I began seeing names I had never seen before: Menendez, Oglethorpe, Matanzas, and I was curious. Of course, I had a 16-year career in newspaper work when I graduated college, and I think that's the root of my problem. But I began researching these various names and events and places and people. Then I said, gee, I wonder if I could put these in short bits somehow. And I ended up publishing what I call St. Augustine bedtime stories. Not because they're for kids, but because they're good for short reads before bed. Each booklet's about 1,000 words long, and they cover famous people and events in our history. I have 2 12-book series now.
Oh, wow.
Someone the other day asked when I'm going to do the 3rd one. I don't know. But I think because of that, I said, you know, people can get long histories on something, or they can get short travel guide bites on something. This is kind of right in between. And the history highlights, as I call them, with each report I do, each weekly report, is an extension of that idea. Those are only about 300 words long. But I'm confident I'll never run out of sources for history's highlights.
I bet. Now, how often does the St. Augustine Report come out, for those who don't know?
Yeah, I publish each Wednesday with an email edition through Constant Contact, and at the same time an online edition, StAugustineReport.net, comes up, which is a copy of the email edition. I also publish each Saturday each Saturday before a city commission meeting. That would be twice a month.
Okay.
With a summary of the agenda going before the city commission.
So important for those who live in the city.
Yeah.
That's a little treasure trove right there. And about how many people do you reach with your publication, you think? Ballpark
You know, that's
figure?
hard to say. The readership is around 1,200, which isn't huge. I'm told that there are many organizations whose secretaries get the report and then forward to them.
Right.
So,
Yes.
I don't worry too much about the amount of circulation because the important thing is that it is reaching out to people who I think, and I've seen, get involved in their city government.
Right. Yeah, I myself sometimes will read something in your St. Augustine Report and I'll forward it to someone who I think was either we had a conversation about it or someone who had asked a question and suddenly I say, oh wow, here it is.
Yeah.
And I'll send it, and I bet lots and lots of people do that.
Right.
So like you said, you never know.
Yeah.
I know that FirstCoast.tv, I know some people in England read it, or in Germany, or in
Yeah.
Japan. And I'm like, whoa, someone's
Yeah.
looking at start. And it could be because they visited here, or they
Right.
once lived here,
Right.
and they're curious about, what, I left this community, how is it doing?
Yeah. I had you might recall the history highlight on Black Mariners, the Blackjacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an email from an email pointing out that the African Americans continued after that period, contributing tremendously to our maritime industry and military through World War II and through today. I forget his title, but he was a major executive with a maritime organization in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Who knew?
Yeah, I know.
So,
Well, once again, Mayor Gardner, I thank you very much. I think we're very blessed in the community to have a publication like that.
mhm.
And that's why I wanted to talk to you and have you in front of our camera so that people could see the face behind such a wonderful... for me, it's one of my goodies in my mailbox on my computer.
Well, as I've told you so many times, the community is also blessed to have you
Thank you.
recording in video.
Mhm.
And today I was going through previous emails,
Mhm.
and I brought up the FirstCoast.tv in my emails, and big list. So I'm not sure when you sleep, but you do a great job.
Well, I thank you very much. You're very kind.
Good.
And have a wonderful day, my friend.
Thank you.